Guys, we just got a buy signal from the SMC bot on Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So I was waiting for this to show up last night. If you follow my Twitter, you probably saw me posting saying we're trying to look for a close above, and we ended up getting a close above. We pushed up to 116,000, all the way from 103,000 in a short amount of time. Absolutely crazy. And we're back on a buy signal, and I'm not really too worried here. We have the buy on the daily. We're trying to close above. I want to see a few daily closes here. I don't want to see a flush back down below this support line. I want to see us hold here for a continuation to the upside. Now, we don't have the yellow signal as well. So if we do make a leg to the upside, this is going to be our red flag. See where we had this yellow daily flag up? This is where we started to take some shorts. We took some profits from our longs. So we longed down here somewhere. We took some profits on our longs and we flipped into shorts. That's kind of what I'm hoping for again. You see how we went blue, into the grays, then into the greens. This is the warning sign. And then the yellow is where I do my short confirmation and I enter a short position. So we don't have that. We haven't even entered the grays. So if we can hold up here and we can try to push higher, and then we go into gray, then we go into green, then we go into yellow, and then again I'm going to look to take some profits from my long positions and try and look for some short entries. The pro trader, I don't know if you guys know this, I hired a pro trader in my Discord back in January or February. He opened a long position around 107, 106. Absolutely killed it. He's taken profits already, so he tries to make small 2x's, 3x's here and there, but he's won every month. Okay, so we're two different traders. I'm more of a swing trader. I take longer term positions, but he's more of a day trader. But yeah, shout out to ZT because great long position there. The guy's absolutely printed off this, and he's been killing it. I think we hired him in January or February, and he's won every single month. He's literally won every single month. It's not by 10x or 20x. It's small gains, but they compound over time, right? I use his entries, so I'm more of a swing trader. So when I look at his entries at 107, 106, and okay, he's expecting a move to the upside here, and he takes profit quite early, but I tend to hold my positions longer, right? So I ended up I'm still holding a lot now, actually. I'll tell you guys what I've done with my trade. So I actually entered another trade about 111. I'm in another trade from 110, but I started to take a little bit of profits off the table. Here you can see I messaged my guys today, took 25% profits from all long positions. I'm in some longs on other assets as well. So I made $13,855 on that BTC long position, and I made $4,400 on that Solana long. So with the other longs as well, probably around $20,000 I made on that. I've taken profits. Now I've moved my stop losses to entry, so now I can't lose, right? So don't forget what happened in October, that massive scam wick. Okay, just anything can happen, guys. They could scam it, they could rug it, they could pull it, we could get some bad news. The China deal might not go well. There might be 200% tariffs on China. So I'm always trying to move my stop losses to entry once I'm in big profits, and I'm taking little bits of profits off the table, so I can't lose. Whatever happens now, I've already won, and if it goes higher and higher, I'll just take more profits. But I'm really looking for that daily yellow. So I want to see a continuation to the upside, and I want to see that daily yellow or even the greens, right? I want to start to see us go into these grays and greens for me to start looking at potentially taking some more profits and maybe looking for a short position, which we're going to talk about the potential targets. Big up the guys who have been printing. Big up Chalky, 50% on that long. Absolutely crazy. He also took the Solana long. We got into a Solana long around 193. Printing. He also took an ETH long, 107%. GG's, bro. Big up John, 581. He looks like he's been long in Brett, 105%. Conan Bricks took the BTC long at 109, 181%. GG's. Gino, 28%. Brett, 167% there from John. So the guys have been cleaning up. If you want to join us, guys, head over to my X. If you want to see my buy and sell alerts and you want to see the pro traders buy and sell alerts, head over to my X. Click this link here. and that will take you to our Patreon, where you can join the Discord and see all the buy and sell alerts. You also get this SMC bot for free as well. So this gives buy and sell signals on altcoins, crypto, stable coins, currencies, whatever you want to look at. It snaps to the charts you're looking at. So what else do we need to look at? Let's have a look at the weekly. So the weekly is oversold on the RSI. So we do have some room to push up here, but the daily is overbought. Okay, so we might have a little bit of a cool down here, but we do definitely have momentum to go to the upside. I thought there was a chance that we might have topped around 125. We may have topped around 125. Nobody knows. It's incredibly hard to predict where the market's going to top or where you think the market's going to top. Historically, it has ended around where we are now, in the same sort of period we're in when we come up to this resistance. You see here, we had this M pattern and it marked the top of the market. We're now kind of forming a similar pattern. And we have to ask ourselves, is this forming the top of the market, or are we going to actually break out of this and move to the upside? It's a very difficult time because gold has just gone up $11 trillion in market cap and Bitcoin only went up $1 trillion in market cap. So we have to ask ourselves, gold just went up 90% more than Bitcoin. So either there's a problem here or there's some sort of suppression, because it doesn't make any sense. You know, Nvidia is 4.5 trillion. The M2 money supply is going through the roof. The Nasdaq is up like more than Bitcoin, which is insane to even think about. The stock market is just going up and up and up, but Bitcoin is just going sideways and sideways, right? It's the same price it was back in May 2025. Like, it's absolutely insane considering the rest of the market has run away from us. So something's wrong. Either we're in an area of exhaustion and people just aren't interested in Bitcoin. Maybe they're scared about quantum computing, or there's some sort of suppression and we are about to make a move to the upside. Maybe they wanted to drag people into as many shorts as possible before they sent it. The question is no. The answer is nobody knows, guys. Right? Nobody knows. So I'm kind of just trading with the bot. Right? If the bot says sell, you know, we're taking short positions here. We took some long positions down here. You know, I'm just trading with the bot. I'm taking small trades. I'm still 65-70% in cash. I've got a big bag of A-Star. I'm taking like small bets. I've got long on Solana. I'm taking small bets here and there. I'm not going too crazy because it's not easy to trade here. If you look at how many people got liquidated on their cross margin, so many traders got completely wiped out, guys. People lost their entire portfolios. People were taking their lives. It's not easy to trade here, which is why I'm still heavy in cash. Back at the start of the bull run, easy, right? Easy game. As soon as we come back to support, we just take longs, right? We take some profits in the pumps. We wait for it to come back to support. You see here as it came back to the green SMC weekly. Bang. That's where I'm entering longs. Came back to the green weekly. Bang. That's where I'm entering longs. And people will say, oh yeah, sure you did. Sure you did. So I do post these guys so you can see. I posted here, look, where are my diamond hands at? TP 100K, and the price we got in was 69K, right? Off that weekly support line, $84,000 in profit. And this was at 89,000, and then Bitcoin, as you know, went up to 125,000. I was also taking longs on MEXC, 69K entry. This was around 86K at the time. TP 100K, 10x, right? Same with the second time. So that was back down here. That was here, so around here where we took that long, and then we took more longs here, and I posted saying in my Discord, we aren't quite there, but if we come down to this level, it'll be absolutely beautiful. If you push this trend line, would be huge conviction on longs, spot buys, stocks, leverage, and crypto, right? Most stocks doubled in price from here. Bitcoin was, I think, 77K or something. Yeah, down here it was like 77K, and then the market completely rallied. Now we have come back to that point again. So I said every time we come back here, I'm going to buy and I'm going to long. Why haven't I gone too crazy here? Now I am in a long position, right? I am in a long position. But at some point this is going to come to an end, guys, okay? So you don't just get this free, easy game forever where you just wait and you long and buy, and you wait and you long and buy. It just doesn't go on forever. It is funny how they scammed it down here. So it was flushed down here so fast. Because here we chilled and we had time to accumulate. We bought some SUI here. Like SUI was down 60-70%. maybe they didn't want that. Maybe they didn't want so many people to come into longs down here. Maybe they tried to flush it on purpose so there weren't crazy leverage going into Q4. I don't know what the strategy is. I just know that we bounced off this level, and every time we've bounced, we've ended up taking a massive move to the upside. If we look at the first time we bounced off this level, we moved up like this. If we look at the second time we bounced off this level, we moved up like this, kind of a similar amount, right? And if we are going to make another move like this, then the technical target would be 155 to 156k if we repeat the last bounce that we had off here, okay? It wouldn't be crazy because we're so under gold. You know, if $10 trillion can go into gold in a single year, surely 1 trillion is not too much to ask for Bitcoin, right? 10% of what just went into gold. With the president accumulating, with a pro-crypto SEC, independent financial advisors can now recommend gold. JP Morgan is buying gold. Banks are buying gold. Countries are buying gold. You know, is it too much to ask for 10%? Then there's the question, are people really worried about quantum computing? It's getting closer. It's getting dangerous. We're starting to see El Salvador start to move their money around to protect. Elon Musk is talking about it. There's been Google breakthroughs. Are people worried about quantum? Vitalik came out and said it's inevitable that quantum is going to hack Ethereum, right? When the creators of the blockchain guys are telling you that it's going to get hacked by quantum, there's no more argument, right? There's no more argument. Oh, it's 10 years away, it's 20 years away. Whatever. Who the hell is going to have $10 billion in an asset that might disappear if North Korea hack it? It's not going to happen. So we do have to ask ourselves, you know, maybe these are the technical targets, 140, 150, but, you know, have we topped here, right? We've never broken over this resistance so far, so there is always a possibility we've topped. I think I posted to my community saying there's a 40 to 50%, maybe 60% chance that we topped, but I don't know. I don't have the answers. Trying to predict the top is impossible. It's very difficult. There's not really any indicators that are going to tell you you've topped. There's a couple of indicators that you can look at, but very, very difficult. Predicting the bottom, completely different game, right? Almost easy to buy the bottom. It's seasonality, RSI, buy pressure, Glassnode. Glassnode has so many indicators. They've nailed the exact bottoms so many times. We've got the SMC bot now. That's great for predicting bottoms, you know, with these green bars. Even if the green bar doesn't predict the bottom, at some point you're going to get this buy signal anyway that's going to tell you, hey, the bear market's over, we're about to move up. When you get this buy signal, it's really going to start to move fast, right? Because it kicks in a little bit late, which is why we've got the green bottom indicators, which will hopefully pop off as we go into the next bear market, which will be a lot better for trying to time the bottom. But nobody knows. I will say something is off. Something is off. It's just not right to be going sideways for so long when the NASDAQ has been just going up and up and up. It's just not right. So, I don't know. Maybe we're going to snap out of this. A lot of people are bearish. A lot of people are shorting. I looked on chain. There still seems to be more shorts than there are longs. They flushed a lot of the long leverage out. I was getting really bearish at one point. And I flipped into some longs. I was just looking at this SMC weekly. There's no point in me really getting bearish until we get a sell signal from the SMC bot. This sell signal shouldn't have really flashed. We briefly closed below it for like a day. It shouldn't have really flashed, but it did. It's annoying that it's there. This buy shouldn't have flashed either, really. It should have just stayed. It should have stayed on a buy signal from here because we came back to support, bounced, came back to support, bounced. We haven't had a sell signal, and I do think, guys, the next time we get that sell signal from the SMC bot it's going to be the end of the market. And it's going to help me trade it, I think, because, look, some people are bearish and bullish, and you're in the middle of a range here. You're literally in the middle of the range. You know, they could come down, liquidate all the longs, they could go up and liquidate all the shorts, and then they could go into a bear market. Nobody knows. We're in the middle of the range. It's a very risky time to trade, which is why I'm moving my stop losses to entry. I'm taking some profits off the table, and now I'm just having these little free bets, free lottery tickets, right? We're in the middle of the range, but the weekly has held our support all bull run. Okay, so it's now kind of creeping up like this. Are we going to see something like this? And all I have to do really is I don't really have to panic until we close below this SMC weekly. Maybe we do something like this. This is the bull case. Maybe we have topped here. This is a dead cat bounce, relief rally, and then we get the sell signal. Bang. Then I'm going into shorts, right? That's kind of how I'm going to trade it. I'm not going to trade on my emotions or what's going on social media, or I've got a feeling we're going to go down. I'm just going to use the data, use the technicals, and every time we've bounced off this level, we have continued to move to the upside, right? We do need to get above this. It's been a horrible choppy range. We do need to start getting above this. If we can get above this and the stock market holds up, happy days. The problem we do have is that the stock market is up so much now, guys, that it's going to come down at some point, right? You can't just go up in a straight line like this. The music is playing, everyone keeps buying, that's fine. But at some point or another, it's going to correct. And when it does, because Bitcoin has underperformed, if Bitcoin doesn't perform soon, it's going to tank. When the stock market comes back down, Bitcoin is going to tank so bad, because it means it's massively underperformed against the market. And you could say, it's done a 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever. Gold just had $10, $11 trillion in the last year. And, Bitcoin needs what? 20% of that to double in price, maybe even 15%, because there'll be so much more inflows and a lot of money would flood back in. So it's embarrassing that we've only had such little money come in. Now, to go from 16K to 125K is great, right? If gold didn't have $10 trillion come into it in a year, it wouldn't be so bad. But when you've even got BlackRock telling people to sell gold and buy Bitcoin, yet people done the opposite, it's a bit of a red flag. When you've got Larry Fink going on the news channels trying to shill Bitcoin, Tom Lee trying to shill ETH, why are they going and trying to shill it so hard? To me, it says they're a little bit worried, right? If you're confident in an asset, you're not out there talking about it on all the news channels every day. I think Tom Lee is on Bloomberg or the news every day talking about how undervalued Ethereum is, and people just keep selling and taking profits. So if you didn't see Tom Lee on the news, ETH would probably be going up, right? ETH would probably be going to the upside. We are going into Q4. We have had a crappy October. We do need a good November. You can't have a crappy October and a crappy November with mass adoption, right? All the events have arrived. SEC, Trump, TradFi, eToro have migrated using Web3. Like, you can't have all the events. It's either a massive sell the news and we've reached exhaustion, or I don't know, I don't want to say suppression, but it feels so similar to when we took the longs back here. It feels so similar. We had a lot of interest and a lot of people buying, but yet every time we tried to move up, there was a sell-off. We tried to move up, there was a sell-off. And then all of a sudden, it was almost like the sell pressure had been stopped and we just done this. It does remind me of this period. It feels very, very similar to that kind of period. See here, every time we've tried to move up, we've tanked. We've tried to move up, we've tanked. We've tried to move up. It's almost like someone is on the sell button, just keeping it under hatch, keeping it under latch, and then maybe they stop selling and it takes off. And what happened back here? Everyone got bearish again, right? Everyone was super bearish. Everyone was saying maybe this time's different. We just double topped at all-time highs, and then they all got liquidated. Right. So try and have a strategy for either outcome. I mean, I can't tell you guys what to do. I'm having a strategy for either outcome. I'm not getting too crazy bullish. I'm not getting too crazy bearish. I'm just taking small bets. As you know, my eyes are focused on the bear market. That's where I'm looking to make my money. When we come back down in the bear market, I'm looking to accumulate altcoins. I'm looking to accumulate Bitcoin. Down here, right? This is where I'm looking to make money. This is where I made money last cycle, and taking profits in the bull run ended up paying off because then I got cash to buy the dip, right? I hope taking profits in the bull run is going to pay off because, again, I'll have cash to buy the dip, and I do think we're going to come down somewhere between 50 and 70K. I'll know exactly where when we get close to it. But I do think we're going to come down somewhere between 50 and 70K, especially if we top here. the higher we go, the higher the floor is going to be. So we're going to have to see where we end up in November, December. If we push 150, 160, the floor is going to be a lot higher, and I wouldn't expect a 50k floor. If we've topped here, it's on the cards, guys. 50k Bitcoin is definitely on the cards. What do you guys think? What are you doing with your trades? What are you doing with Bitcoin? Are you long? Are you short? Do you think we've topped? Do you think we're going down? People say, are you bullish? Are you bearish? I'm just swing trading at the moment, guys. I might be short tomorrow, right? I'm in longs right now. I've already taken some profit. I might be short tomorrow. Maybe Trump comes out and puts 200% tariffs on China. Maybe it doesn't go well. We've got Fed meeting today. Maybe the Fed doesn't go well. Maybe power's bearish. Maybe we don't get a rate cut. Anything could happen. So I don't know how you can say, are you bearish or are you bullish? I get max bullish in the bear market, right? When we're down here, I'm max bullish. I didn't sell any of my altcoins for many months, right? I didn't take any profits from my altcoins for months and months and months. And it wasn't until they were like 25x, 30x, 40x where I started to just sell. I started to take profits off the table to buy back in the next bear market. But yeah, right here, I don't really want to get too bullish. I don't really want to get too bearish. I'm just swing trading. I'm just taking little trades here and there. There's no way I'd be going in like 10% of my portfolio. I see people saying full ported Asta. I'm bullish on Asta, but I still only put 2, 3, 4% into Asta. I wouldn't go and put my whole portfolio in Asta. And just get completely wiped out if it doesn't go my way. Risk management is key here. And, even if I find something that I'm a maxi on, it will still be 1, 2, 3, 4% of my portfolio. It's not going to be 5, 10, 20. Because what if I'm wrong, right? What if I'm wrong and it crashes and it goes down 95%? I'm out of the game if I'm putting 70, 80% of my portfolio in. And a lot of people did do that, right? They put stupidly massive long positions on Asta and got liquidated. So risk management is key. Of course, I can't tell you guys what to do. Do your own research. Investing in crypto, investing in anything is highly risky. You can lose all of your money at any time whatsoever. I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research. But yeah, this is just my strategy. I'm sitting in a lot of cash. I'm waiting for the bear market. I'm trying to make money here and there. There's still money to be made, as you can see, with the profits that I posted. 20,000. Yes, I've hit some stop losses over the last few weeks or months, but the gains that I've made have massively outweighed those stop losses that we hit. And this could go higher. I mean, look, we could break out into an all-time high. Nobody knows. We do need the stock market to keep pushing up. It does look like it wants to go higher. The question is, it's gone up so much now that when it comes down, it's going to come down hard and fast, and that's going to bring BTC down. Keep an eye on the SMC weekly. That's going to be the flip into bear mode. That's when I will get bearish. Okay, so that's when all of my altcoins will be sold. All of my long positions will be sold. When we close below this SMC weekly and we get a sell signal, a confirmed sell signal, right? Not like this because it found support. I want to see it close below on the weekly time frame. And I also will look on chain. We'll probably see smart money selling as well and getting out of the market. So I'll be looking for confluence. But yeah, for now, anything's possible. I would say, look, we could be at 80k next week. We could be at 150k next week. And I want to try and be on the boat for whatever way the market goes. And the SMC bot should help me be on the right side of that, right? Because if it says buy, I'm long. And if it says sell, I'm short. Okay, so I should be on the right side. We've been going sideways, but when the market moves, it really moves, right? It really moves one way or the other. And if the bot finishes on a buy signal, I'm going to be catching that upside in my long position. And if the bot finishes on a sell signal, I'm going to be short catching that downside. Hopefully the top of the market, right? Because at some point, one of these sell signals is going to be the top of the market. And hopefully I'm going to be catching that downside when it eventually comes down. The market opens in an hour or so, so let's keep an eye on it. And we might see a lot of ETF inflows come in today. I think we might see quite a lot of ETF inflows come in today. So keep an eye on the market. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, to stay up to date with all the latest. That's it for now. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.